Hello there, I'm Christy Sabins, and today we're hiking Slide Mountain.
Yep. Today we are hiking Slide Mountain, the tallest peak in the Catskills at nearly 4,200 feet. After parking along County Route 47 and signing it at the registration box, you'll find your way to the yellow-blazed Phoenicia East Branch Trail. This foliage-laden trail embraced by deciduous forest is a fine introduction to this mountain's ascent. The slightly windy trail is a moderate climb over rocky footholds and root-encased boulders. Stone steps have also been put into place to make clambering an easier feat. You eventually run into an arrow directing you toward the yellow blazes as they continue through a predominantly flat stretch of trail. Before you can say Chuck Will's Widow, you'll arrive at a junction where you make a left at the red-blazed Wittenberg-Cornell Slide Trail. Over flaxen leaves and babbling brooks you will tromp, passing by the curled bark of fallen trees. Aside from these charming characteristics, this section entails much of the same scenery for quite some time. This is where you will climb the majority of the 1,800-foot elevation gain required by this trip. Ere long, you'll begin to notice the changeover from deciduous forest to boreal forest, a fancy word for northern coniferous. Get a whiff of them pine needles. As the conifers take hold of the forest floor, the open skies start to peek through their wind-blown boughs. Sometimes I feel like I get a little carried away with my descriptions. As you march on along the quartz pebble-littered walkway, a unique characteristic of Slide and only Slide, the new environment at this elevation is rarely perceived. Fruticose or shrubby lichens drape many branches, making for interesting eye candy along the trail. After giving these composite organisms a gratifying once-over, we continue through the encroaching pine trees of this sunlight-dappled gravelway. Eager to reach the peak, we lumbered over many a stone step leading to Slide's true summit. And voila! You arrive at the summit without even knowing it. That box we just passed is all that remains of the towers that crowned this mountain's apex. As you plod on, expecting a better view from the top, you will only run into a host of hikers breaking for lunch on a rocky outcrop. Aside from the hikers, you will get a nice but somewhat obstructed view of the outlying lands and water features surrounding the mountain, as well as a chance to refuel before you make your way back down. Not satisfied? Have no fear. After this intermission, say goodbye to your lunch chums and return to the red trail. A little ways back the way you came, an excellent viewpoint awaits your hungry eyes. Your thirst for a Catskill-ridden panorama shall be satiated after looking out across the vast mountainscapes and kaleidoscopic trees offered by this vista. Soak it in, my friends. Soak it in. After this superb outlook, it is time to go back through the piney-fingered boreal forest, into the decadently colored deciduous woods, over jagged stones and steps blanketed in fallen leaves, ultimately returning to the parking lot off Route 47. I hope you enjoyed this hike up the tallest peak in the Catskills. Until next time, happy trails!
Papa loves mambo, Mama loves mambo. Look at him sway with it, getting so gay with it, shouting ole with it, wow.